Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live watch long show on Football Tour podcast. My name is Ozzie, and I'm your host for today. I've been out for a few days due to illness, but I'm just about okay to do a watch along today. So, yeah, bear with me if I am coughing during the show, as it's been happening quite a bit in recent weeks. But hopefully, I'll be fine today. And yes, you know, despite Liverpool's poor run of form or recent performances, it hasn't kept me away from watching a match live. So we're here today. Liverpool versus Burnley. The game has just begun in the opening minute of the game. And yeah, let's see how the team does this. What I'll do in the meantime, whilst the game is being played, we will go through the lineups and collectively see who is starting today and also see who is available from the bench. So let me share the screen with you guys and then we can talk it through together. Here we go. Here we go. Let's bring it up for you guys. So, yeah, right. Lineup. So, not sure if everyone can see this. Let's see if you guys can have a look at it. Yeah, so here's the Liverpool lineup. So we've got Allison. Hold on a second. What is going on here? There we go. So this is the Liverpool team. We've got Allison in goal. We've got Frimpong on the right side, which is as expected due to Conor Bradley's injury. Unfortunately, that injury has ruled him out for the rest of the season. And then you've got Konate, Van Dijk, and Kirkes to complete the back line. Now, in terms of the double pivot, we've got Jones, Gravenberch, and then in your advanced roles, you've got Gakpo returning to lineup. You've got Florian Wirtz playing in his more natural position, I would assume, in the number 10, and Szoboszlai occupying the right hand side of midfield. Hold on, Kirkins is through. Oh, I thought that was going to be a routine cross there for Curtis Jones, but cleared off the line by the Burnley player. First real attack of the game. Great play from from Szoboszlai and Kirkes there. Could he have hit more power in the pass? Maybe. But then that would have guaranteed that Jones would have got it. It might have, gone past him in the end. So good block there from Burnley. Yeah. So in terms of the lineup, slightly surprised that McAllister's been dropped. But then again, we if Slot is trying to fit in his star pupil in sorry Gakpo, someone has to make room. And unfortunately for McAllister, it's him. And to be fair, I don't think it's deserved. I think McAllister's actually been quite decent in the last couple of games. Uh, but of course, the boss needs to get his favorite player in the team. So that's why Cody Gakpo is in the lineup. And then up top, you've got Hugo Ekitike, which is a welcomed return for the French striker. Excuse me. Now to the Burnley lineup, we've got Dubravka in goal. You've got Humphreys, Esteve, and Tuanzebe to complete the back three. Then you've got Pires on the left, Walker on the right, Florentino Luis, a player I'm sure you guys will remember. We were linked to him very strongly about 3 years ago as a long-term replacement for Fabinho, but that move never materialized. And they were asking for um, I might be wrong. I feel like they were asking for like 80 million euros at the time. So yeah, how things have changed. But yes, he is in the Burnley team. You got Ugo Chukwu and Kyle Walker on the right. You've got Marcus Edwards, a player, of course, they signed from Sporting Lisbon. You've got Anthony on the left, and Broja starts up top. So yeah, it should be an interesting game. I'm hoping Liverpool get maximum points today, as always. Now, in terms of the bench, let's see who is available. So for Liverpool, we've got Joe Gomez, we've got Wataru Endo, McAllister, Chiesa, Mamadashvili, Robertson, Dione, and Calvin Ramsey. And Rio Engomoa as well. Um, Good to see Watara back in the mix. He's been out for some weeks now. I think it's been almost 6 weeks now, so it's been quite some time, and it's a welcome addition. We need his defensive skills, whether it's in midfield or in defense. For the foreseeable future, we don't have too many options, and doesn't look like Liverpool are going to dip into the transfer market this window either, which is a bit of a shame. But of course, we can have that discussion at a later time. But yeah, bit disappointing in regards to that. Of course, I'm sure you guys would know. Primary target Mark Gay is on the verge of signing for Man City. Um, yeah, we can have that discussion in more detail at some point. But yes, that is the bench. So let's get back into the game and see how Liverpool do today. I would like Liverpool to perform at a higher tempo, which hasn't been the case all season. But you got to live in hope, as they say, isn't it? So living in hope, hoping that Liverpool will play better football today. And I'm hoping for a decent win. Expecting a clean sheet as well. So in terms of score predictions, I'm going for a 2-0 win for the Reds. So let's see if that transpires. So let me bring the scoreboard up for you guys, and then we can watch the game together. There we go. So that's the scoreboard there. Mohamed Salah will be returning to the club next week, after, of course, unfortunately, his team failed to qualify for the final. They lost 1-0 to Senegal in the semi-finals. And yes, it was our former player, Sadio Mane, who scored the goal for his nation. Good pass from Van Dijk to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai occupying the left-hand side. Yeah. Good piece of skill there from Florian Wirtz. Nice pass to Szoboszlai. And back to Gakpo. Good piece of play there from the Reds. Szoboszlai. Granbert, can he shoot? Oh, he tries to dribble. I think it was Luis that ended up tackling him. Good tackle from Kerkez on Marcus Edwards there. Kerkez is really up for it today. Gakpo cuts inside. He shoots. No surprise. Hits Xavier on the way there. Big pass there to Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards. Carl Walker. You can tell I'm unwell. I'm going to be scrambling and playing names together. So yeah, it'll be interesting show nonetheless. Carl Walker, terrible clearance. Oh, Szoboszlai, could he have shot there? I think he could have. Look, Dubravka wasn't clearly back in his central position of the goal. He was more on the left side of the post. So he could have done it. Florian Wirtz. Oh, blocked by Okachoko. Kakes, nice pass to Wirtz. Wirtz finds Gakpo. Oh, can he shoot? No, took way too long there. Good piece of skill there from Jones to Szoboszlai. Van Dijk. Just give me a ping pong on the run on the right hand side. Good cross to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai heads it down. Just goes wide. Good piece of play there on the flanks. More direct from that right hand side. Oh, very best. Trying to skip past Louise. Louise has been active so far for Burnley today. Okay, so Van Dijk. Verts. Take a TK. Oh, heavy touch there. Got on the run. Verts. Kirkers. Oh, Gakpo trying to find Jones there. Good header there from Van Dijk. Oh, Liverpool defending in numbers right now inside the box. Burnley set to do a long throw. Oh, thought it was going to be a long one, but Janenti does a short throw. Oh, good piece of skill past Frimpong. Good block there from Gravenberch. Oh, Florentino Luis hits it with real power, but no real accuracy in that shot, unfortunately. Let's have a look from this angle. Oh, just over the bar. It wasn't as bad as I first assumed, to be honest. Sliced it over the bar, didn't he? Rolling to the res. Frimpong takes it. Good press in there from Szoboszlai. Verts almost capitalizing by nicking the ball away from the player, but Burnley still have possession. Nice flick from Ekitike. Liverpool doing well in terms of the pressing, showing a bit more urgency in that aspect of the game. Artem's free kick there. Yeah, soft, but when someone makes contact, you know, on the back like that, then you have to fall to ground. Not have to, but players end up falling to ground. You end up getting a free kick. Gakpo trying a first time cross there, but blocked in the end by Burnley. Good touch from. But look at that play there from Jones. That's how you get the ball back, and that's not how you pass the ball from Kerkez. Nice touch from Frimpong. Very clever there. Jones has the ball again. Flowing verts in the middle. Now more on the right hand side. Frimpong with plenty of space there. Great cross from Frimpong. Verts to Jones. Oh, thought Verts was going to have his moment there. Goal kick for Burnley. Mm. Oh, good save there from Dubravka. Good hold up play from TK. Finds the Bosley. Jones. Oh, round back. Frimpong. Frimpong across. Great cross. Gappo. Heads it over the bar there. Maybe should have left it for TK. I think if it had gone in, it would have been ruled out for a foul, possibly or not. See where the foul is, personally. Great play from TK. Good shot as well. Oh, risky turns there from Allison. Ochoko driving the ball. Jones does really well to reclaim the ball and get it back into possession. Sabozlai driving the ball right now. TK not making the best of runs there in the offside position. Needs to be a little bit patient in those moments. I know for striking can be frustrating not getting that service, but you had a player trying to find a pass there for him. But if you're not onside, he's not going to pass it to you. So you got to do better there. Kirkes, good cross from Kirkes. Shoot. Oh, Gakpo, Verts, towards I. Gakpo doing all sorts of flicks, man. Ground back, take a shot. Oh, must have got a deflection there. Yes, it has. Yeah. Corner kick for the Reds. Gakpo with a corner kick. Punched away by Dubravka. Oh, good cross there from Sabozlai. For 1 second, I thought it might have sneaked into the near post and into the goal, but just missed the post there in the end. Mm. 26 minutes played, still 0-0 in the match. Roja offside for Burnley there. Just got a couple comments here. From Ozzie says, bro, Ozzie, how you feeling? I'm okay. I'm a little bit better today. I was going to watch the match regardless. I thought, if I'm feeling a little bit better, why not just do a watch along and do it as a live stream? So that's why I'm here. Um, but yeah, not 100%, but a lot more better. I've taken a few days off to rest as much as possible. As much as you can. With work and everything. So, but yeah, doing a lot better. So yeah, hope you're doing well. It's been a few days. Feels like it's been a long time since I've done any football content. So yeah, hope you're doing well today as well, Zan. City have just handed Arsenal the title, man. Can't be losing to United like that. What was the final score in the end? The last score line I saw was 2-0. And United just ruined the plan, aren't they? Honestly. Yeah, it was 2-0 in the end. So what's the point gap now? Let's have a look. 6 points, and Arsenal, I believe, are playing tonight, right? They're playing Forest, aren't they? At 5:30. So that will be the game after this match. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's hella disappointing that they did that. I haven't watched the game. I was just keeping the tabs of the scoreline. Ping pong. Oh, decent effort there from the Dutch international. Very unlucky there from Ping pong. I was at the comment saying, imagine signing Simon Gay only to lose to Bum United. Yeah. It might have just been that new manager bounce. That normally happens in the Premier League, but I can't lie, that's so disappointing. And I haven't seen the reactions from the United fans, but I would not be surprised if they are fully gassed about Michael Carrick. Maybe he's the one now all of a sudden. So yeah, giving everyone false hopes there, unfortunately. But let's see. Disappointing. I can't lie, very disappointed to see that scoreline today. But it's not over. It's not over at all. It's not over. Excuse me. Have a look. Looks like we could be having a penalty. As confirmed by Ozan. So it's a penalty. Should be fine. As I said, they're taking too long. It should be fine because Sobozai is about to step up now. Sobozai steps up for the penalty. Aye! He smashed it on the crossbar. Sobo, come on. You can hear the uproar from the crowd. That was just left it so hard, like the technique and everything was fantastic, but yeah, slightly unlucky there. But I expect more from Sobo, you know. FFS man, Sobo's on fraud watch. No, 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 he's not on fraud watch. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. You know, Sobo's could be one of my clients as well, Ozan. You know, I've been speaking a lot about him over the years, so you know. Oh, well done, Ping Pong. Keeps the ball in play. Well, no, I think he just went for too much power there in the end. No, no, I'm not having that. Was that? No, no. The back heel, I just feel like he got complacent in that moment. And this one, I think he tried to just score the goal and start smashing in the top bins. And when you hit it with too much power, then it happened. Oh, gap power with a shot there. Ping pong. Yeah. Probably less said the better about the ping pong shot there. But yeah. Bros, if the high end class. Yeah, look, Sabozlai, I've been pitching Sabozlai to come to Liverpool for years. So he may have been my first client. I'm not gonna lie. He may have been one of my first clients there. So yeah, I'll definitely be standing to defend one of my clients there. So let's have a look at the replay. It's too much power. It happens. It happens. So if it was a couple inches longer, then it'll look spectacular, right? So these things happen. So it is what it is. But he doesn't normally miss penalties as well. He's got a fantastic record for club and country. Bro, why do you have to put his put his foot through that? Yeah, I know. It's when you're in that kind of confidence, you just want to smash it in the top bins. I feel like that's what he was just trying to do. Oh yeah, it was like, but it happens. It happens to the best of the players. Oh, could have even connected it. Ozzie. Yeah, he could have. He could have, to be fair. But Sabozai is more techers when it comes to that set piece, or penalty spot from penalty spot, I should say. Um, Normally smashes it low. He doesn't really normally do it high like that. But no, it happens. But oh, so close. Ball still in play. XTK. Not bad effort there from my client. Florian Vets. Roland says, bro, no, bro, he normally smashes it to the keeper's right, low and hard. Pause, yes, pause indeed there. That's what I mean. Like he normally hits it towards the bottom corner. Normally, that's normally his technique. But yeah, I think he's went for extra power there. Now, if he wants to hit it with power, this is the position to do it. where he just won a free kick now from about 35 yards. But having said that, players haven't messed around. They've taken a free kick very quickly. Gakpo's on the ball, thinks it towards the box. Verse unable to get onto the end of that one. He's across there, but yeah, nothing more to it, unfortunately. No foul there. Ozzie says we're knocking at Burnley so constantly. Ozzie, a goal is coming. Yeah, I can feel it as well. We've played a bit better today in terms of our patterns and the speed of our game, especially in the final third. But we just haven't got that clinical touch at the minute. No killer instinct up top. So that's something we need to make sure we do, because the longer the game goes, it's one of those moments where it could, the game could go past us and we end up finishing 0-0, and that's not what I want to see. And if it ends up being 0-0, then I feel like I should just stay in bed, done a watch along. So for my own peace of mind, I just hope we get a win today and see a few goals as well. Frimpong heads it down towards Gakpo. Burnley haven't really troubled the keeper today. I think Florentino Luis had that one shot, went over the bar. Alisson's been a spectator more so than not today. So it needs to be improved, I would say. Oh, Carcass. Oh, late on that tackle there. Yeah, not surprised that he gets a yellow for that. Clumsy more than anything else, to be honest. Let's have a look. Nah, I wouldn't be more than a yellow. No, not even like landing it. He just went literally through the ball. Didn't really go in there with any malicious intent. So yeah, yellow right position, as it was more reckless or clumsy more than anything else. Well, 2 minutes played. Still 0-0. Edwards. Perez. Twisting and turning. Interesting player, Perez there. Looks quite tall. Quick feet. Left footed as well. Looks interesting. Long throws. Incoming from Burnley. Quick throw there from Allison to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, come on. Get hold of the ball first before you start giving instructions to people in front of you. I feel like that penalty miss is still playing in his mind. He needs to just forget about it and focus on the game now. Whatever's happens, happened. No point dwelling on it. Can't change anything now. Just got to do better and improve from that moment and try and help the team get the win today. Mm. Great touch from Ekitike. Still has the ball. Oh, gets past Zabi very well. Tries to hit on target. Dubravka makes a block. Florian Wirtz. Oh, what a finish! That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's my client, Mr. Florian Wirtz. What a strike that was! Unstoppable. Right in the top bins. Got 5 goalkeepers on the line. No one's saving that. Big up to Ozan with the super chat. Saying Ozzie's client, get them bonus checks out. Just get them bonus checks out indeed. Appreciate the super chat there, Ozan. But yeah, look at the strike. Look at that. Whew. Great play from Ekitike. He deserves full credit for that. Touch, and then it's just instinctive. And you know those type of shots, once you hit, you know it's unstoppable. Real power. Those meaty type shots, you ain't stopping those. Honestly. What a finish that was. People slowly understanding the quality that this player possesses. Not just because he's my client, but I've been telling you guys for months what he's about. But he's finally shown it to the world, and that's all I care about, to be fair. Oh, keep pressing, Florian. He's hungry. He wants more. Don't blame him, to be fair. That Walker. Liverpool doing well, pressuring in numbers up top there. Antonio Luis, good pass there to Edwards. Good piece of skill. Oh, tries a nice pass there to Anthony there. Come on, Sabazai, got to be quicker. I was there with the comments says, I think Verts has learned the English game, Ozzy. Do you agree? I would say so. I think when he came into the league, obviously it took him by huge surprise. I think it was a culture shock for him almost, where the game was played at a more frantic speed than he's used to. Definitely a little more physical because one of his sort of weaknesses or his negatives, I should say, in his early performances this season was that as soon as he received the ball, he'll hold the ball up a bit too long, and then in the end, he'll get pushed out of the way or loses possession of the ball. And that's because he wasn't equipped to the speed of the game here. But eventually, I think he realized that he needs to do some work. And that's a sign of a warrior. That's a sign of an elite player there, someone with a strong mentality that he's not going to feel sorry for himself. He's going to try and find a solution and adapt to the way the English game is played, and he's going to excel. And that's what he's showing right now. And right now, even in terms of his stature, you can tell he's put on a bit of muscle now. He's a bit more stronger. His pressing is a bit more aggressive than it was previously. So that's probably more from confidence because he's able to physically get into battles and stuff like that. But in terms of the speed of the game, he's realized that, he's got to be quicker than he normally is. And he's doing that with more confidence now. He's playing with more freedom and he's expressing himself a lot more. So credit goes to himself for, putting his head down and putting a grind in the training ground. And look, it's all paying off right now. So yeah, I think so. And that's normal. That, you guys know I was a big fan of him before he joined Liverpool, and I know what the player he is. And it happens to a lot of players that come into the Premier League. It's you know, we regard Thierry as one of the greatest players in Premier League history. He took time to get accustomed to the league. Gakpo, I'm not sure about that cross from Gakpo there. And a lot of players. I remember DJ Drogba coming in, and of course he was a physical specimen, but it took him time to get used to the physicality of the game. Not because these guys aren't strong or anything like that. It's because the game is played in a different way in terms of the physical aspect. You know, you're getting fouled a lot more, but those fouls are not being rewarded as free kicks. They are part and parcel of the game. So a lot of things, will be a lot tolerated a lot more if that makes sense. Now maybe not. This day and age, the refereeing is a bit shambolic for me if I'm being honest with you. But in terms of physicality of the game, it's still physical. Defenders are still trying to get the upper hand on attackers. So these players that have come from different leagues that are attacking players, whether they're big strikers or silky players on the ball, they take time to get used to the game. So for me, it was always a natural transition for him to get used to this type of game. Look, so far, so good. Florian Wirtz is producing the goods, and long may it continue. But it's halftime now, 1-0 to the Reds. Just going to read some of the comments, then we'll take a short break, and then we will return for the second half. F20, bruv, Big O says, you never walk alone. Big up yourself. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your comment. And he's also sent a second comment to say, Verse and continue link up more. Yeah. I'm liking the link up play in terms of Ekitike and Verse. It's always been something that's been one of the positives to take from the season. And the more they play, the more they're forming a good partnership. I also like seeing the relation between Verts and Kerkez whenever Verts shifts over to the left hand side. So really benefits the team in terms of how they play. But in terms of the long term, Ekitike and Verts might be the way forward. So yeah, very, very positive signs there. And of course, long may it continue. 6 months to adapt, it's understandable. I totally agree. Ozan says, but Sobo is still on forward watch for this game. I'm not. I can't take that. I can't accept that. Uh, he does need to. I think his head went down after that penalty miss, so just needs to forget about it and just focus on the game now. Bo, pick up your Bo. I hope you're doing well. He says, tell your client to calm it down, Ozzy. He's been saying it's not job every time. I know. I hear what you're saying, but it's all about Liverpool. We need to try and get the wins right now. I should say. Um, I know it probably gives the manager more of a case to remain or fight for his case with the owners. But look, I need my team to win first. That is the first thought whenever it comes to the football game. And afterwards, we'll see how it goes. But look, I've said it in previous shows. I don't expect Armstrong to remain as manager after the season. So we might have to just settle for him to finish the season, and then we'll take it from there going forward. Let's see what happens for the future. Someone did his best to get him set, but no, first didn't want to. Maybe so, maybe so. But so we'll have a little short break now. I'll try and get myself a hot drink. And then yes, once we return, we can watch the remainder of the second half, and hopefully we'll get to see some more goals. So yeah, feel free to get yourself a drink or a snack, and I'll see you guys very shortly. So I'll see you guys in a second. Guys, we are back for the second half of Liverpool versus Burnley. Liverpool currently have possession of the ball. I'm having a look at the team. It doesn't look like there's been any changes to the lineup, especially from a Liverpool point of view. So we continue as we were from the first half. Van Dijk on the ball right now. Jones giving away a free kick there. Jones pressing from the front. Good to see that effort from Curtis Jones. Broha. Has been quiet today, to be fair, for Burnley. Hasn't really been active, hasn't really had any shots on goal, or hasn't really threatened us at all, which is a great thing for us. It shows that we've kept him quiet in the game, and hopefully it continues that way as well. Perez in offside position there. Benate. Broha. Oh, Edwards almost getting an equaliser there for Burnley. Not bad effort there. Good piece of play from that left hand side. And he finds Thomas touch on his weaker foot. Tries to guide it. Swipes it wide. That could have gone anywhere, to be honest with you. Gakpo. Oh, good touch there from TK. Ping pong shoots. Force the ground there, slips. So what was I saying? Why didn't you pass it to me? I think he was on for ping pong to actually take that shot. Let's have a look at that angle. Maybe could have, but I feel like he was on to take that shot. Just needed to stand tall in that one and keep his back straight and hit it low. That's all he had to do there. But he lost balance, fell to ground. So I ended up going high and over the bar. Good interception there from Frimpong. Great play from Sobozlai as well. Florian Wirtz and Sobozlai. Others house, when is Mo Salah due back? Ozzie, he'll be back next week. So not confirmed, but he could be in contention to play against Marseille in the Champions League next week, which is on Wednesday. So if it's not Marseille, it'll be the following fixture next weekend. So yeah, he'll be back next week. Yeah, so it'll be the Bournemouth game, which is on the 24th on a Saturday. So Marseille or Bournemouth, that's the next month. Excuse me, that's the games that we'll expect to see Mohamed Salah back into the first team fold. Oh, what kind of corner kick was that by Gakpo? Get him off penalty duties, man. I mean, corner kick duties. He's terrible. Absolutely awful set piece there. Who on earth hits it so high that you're literally waiting for the ball to bounce down? Like, ridiculous. Go whip it into the box, not hit some loopy crosses like that. So speaking of Gakpo, I think he would be the first person I would substitute today. Um, I would personally put on Rio, give him an opportunity to play on the left wing. I feel like he would cause havoc because of his pace and his directness. I think he will be a handful for the Burnley defense, especially for Carl Walker, who, of course, you know, good defender, but he doesn't have the legs like he used to, in my opinion. So Rio could definitely test himself against someone that's been probably one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League in recent years. And that's what a youngster would thrive on, being given that kind of opportunity to play against those type of players. But when your coach doesn't empower young players like that, it's difficult, isn't it? So firstly, I'm hopeful that he makes that substitution. I'd like to see Chiesa come on at some point as well. I think everyone's played well today, probably bar Gakpo. And that's not me, you know, having an agenda on the player or anything like that. I just don't feel like he's been impactful today. Supposed like, oh, go on, Mats. Oh, well, that's going to be his second goal of the game today. Great run from Kirkes. Great play from Kirkes. Just got to put his head up there and pick out a pass rather than go by instinct on just running down the wing. But look, he's playing with confidence today, so why not? But yeah, just go, pick your head up a little bit and try and pick a pass rather than just hit across blindly into the box. Anthony on the ball for Burnley. Okay. Okay. Yeah, substitution. I don't think so. Go back to Kirkes. Nice pass from Kirkes to Gakpo. Gakpo cuts in. It's so frustrating to watch, honestly. I'm back. Oh, lovely piece of play. Florian Wirtz. There we go. To Gakpo. Ah, cleared off the line there. Great play from Verts. Verts. Ping pong. This is on the right hand side right now. Suppose like hey, got a couple comments here from Ozzie saying Gakpo got to finish that man. Yeah, I I got to see the replay again. Kind of feel like he scuffed that shot there with his left foot. Maybe he hit the ground as he hit that shot. So when that happens, you don't normally hit it very cleanly. But I do agree. I think he should have done better in that moment there. And he hit it very centrally because the defender was central. So he could have picked up one of the corner spots in the goal, and I'm sure he would have converted. But nah, not. Let's have a look at the replay. Look at that! Look at that! Great piece of play. He just rushed the shot, didn't he? He's got to hit it with more power. Humphries as well to clear off the line. To be fair, suppose I. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot there. Gakpo. TK. Here's a shot. Turquez. Oh, good place skill there from Frimpong. Transfied Virgil van Dijk there. Great turn from Gakpo. Can he shoot? Blocked there. Back to Nzabi. Gakpo hits a cross. Blocked by Steve there. Corner kick for Liverpool. Other says, I changed my mind, Ozzie. I've taken Suppose like off forward watch and played Gakpo there instead. Yeah, I think I think Gakpo will be on your forward watch for many games, to say the least. So yeah, I'm on board with that forward watch. If I'm being honest with you, Gakpo corner kick. Better delivery there. Punched away by Dubravka. Just about as he looked like he bumped into a couple of players there. Florentino Luis driving the ball. He's a defensive minded player. He's not going to split the defense open with any passes. That's why he had to track back a little bit there or cut more inside. Going backs to Gakpo. Oh, good pass from Canate. I think Tickets wasn't fully expecting that. That's why he's a bit slow on the response. Lovely. Good pass there. I say that, it's gone out for play. For a little throw in for Liverpool. We've touched the hour mark. Are we going to see any substitutions? Who do we have on the bench just to remind ourselves? Gomez, Endo, McAllister, Chiesa, Mamadashvili, Robertson, Nioni, Ramsey, and Engamoa. I would like to see Engamoa play. I don't know if he will. I would like to see Chiesa play at some points. I don't know if he will. It's such a shame. These players, for most managers, would be getting plenty of cameos off the bench. But I don't know, this coach of ours, he's a bit reserved and very cautious with his substitutions. We're 1-0 up. We need to extend the lead. So therefore, you've got to bring on attacking players. It's as simple as that. Football is not rocket science. The more you complicate it, the more it becomes difficult to find a solution. And if you're not able to find solutions, take it back to basics. That's what you got to do. Burnley trying to build up some play here, but they gave Florentino Luis the final ball. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to execute it the way it should have been, to be fair. Oh, Michael Edwards through. Canate. Yeah, Canate! What the hell was that? Oh my god. I'm unwell. And this guy's trying to give me a heart attack. What is going on? Honestly. Thank God for Ali, but bloody hell, that is not how you make a clearance in those moments. He's on. He's onside. Use your left boot, man. Come on. Latte, honestly. Poor Ali. Ali's thinking, what are you doing? Bro, you might not believe it. Maybe Kanate's trying to get Arsenal sacked by scoring an own goal there. Never thought of that, would you? Can't believe he did that, honestly. Got some comments here from Ozan saying, "Oh my days, Kanate. Man was trying to play a striker. I don't know what he was trying to do, Ozan. Honestly, yeah, that was a wild one. I don't think I've ever seen a defender try and make a block like that. And sometimes it's not on purpose, but that was on purpose because he didn't want to use his left boot, which is just wild for me as well. I'd rather just hit it for a corner rather than give us that kind of nervy moment there. So that could have gone under Allison. That I know Allison's got amazing reflexes, but that would have been unexpected for him for Konate to shoot. Look at that! Look at it! What's wrong with this manager? I've said this. When you're on top, you've got to attack and bring on players. And they were knocking on the door in the second half. They really were. Poor moment there. Absolutely poor. Same old rubbish, honestly. Luis, look at that shot. Fantastic shot from Michael Edwards. Marcus Edwards, not Michael Edwards. Marcus Edwards. I've been calling him CEO of football this time. Marcus Edwards. Great strike there. Someone said Ali should have done better there. I just feel like he hit it with real power there. Should Canate have done better there? Possibly, but I don't know. There's a point run to play there. Brought this on ourselves. Yeah, we just haven't gone for the second goal. You can't just like rest on your laurels and think 1-0 is enough. If you're gonna do it, you've got to be very dominant. We haven't been dominant second half. Burnley, to be fair, have been the better team in the second half. They have been aggressive. They've been trying to make things happen. And there's plenty of time, guys. There's about 23 minutes plus stoppage time. There's a lot of time for both teams. Liverpool can turn this around, but Burnley, they've got momentum now. They're away from home, yes. So we should have home advantage in regards to that. But I can already see we feel like we're playing a bit more cautious now. We're not playing with real confidence on the ball. So things got to change quickly because there's not a lot of time left. And I feel like the quicker we respond, the more we can manage the game in our way. Right now, we're not in control. We have to try and get the lead once again and take it from there. Groundback to Van Dijk. Szoboszlai drives to the ball, finds Gakpo. Kakas with the cross. Oh, heavy touch there from Gravenberch. There we go. Jones. Oh, lovely touch from Verts, but maybe too much pace on that ball in the end for Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. Go on, Ekitike and Verts. Almost telepathic in that moment there. I think now with this kind of play, got ball. So was that a shot? Saved there by Dubravka. I think we got to be on Chiesa because he's that type of player that he might not be all raw pace, but he's very smart in terms of movement. I think he can pick the right pass. I think he can find himself in great positions in between pockets and create goal scoring opportunities for himself as well as his teammates. Bring that player on, bring some experience in that front line. Maybe that will change our current situation where hopefully Liverpool can take the lead once again. But we've touched 70 minutes as Arsenal hasn't brought one single sub into the game. And I think he feels it. He knows he's playing for his job right now. Or he's managing for his job right now, I should say. Good header from Jones. Mm. Valentino Luis. Why do Burnley like they know exactly what they will need to do to try and get the lead? The passing was so clearly up top. Whereas Liverpool were just slow and not quite sure what to do with the ball. They seem to have an identity or they have a way of playing that they will know can maybe even give themselves a lead. Uh, Player injured, Estev. He's asking for a stretcher, so he's probably picked up a major muscle injury or something along those lines. Ozan says slots tactical nous against low block teams, man. Severely lacking Ozzy. I agree. And I don't buy those excuses that he comes up with, like he doesn't have the solution. How can you not have the solution for these type of teams? This kind of tells me you're not ready for this level. I know you won the league title, and I'm not going to take that away from him. But you can't tell me you're struggling against this level of opposition. And they've not been playing major low block today. Like they've had their moments. Don't get me wrong, but they have tried to play football as well at times on the counter. It's just a normal way of playing football, especially in English football. So I don't know what's so bewildering for him that he can't find a solution. The reason he can't find a solution because his methods or his way of playing the game is not right. It's not suited for the Premier League. It's not suited for the crop of players that we currently have. He's got a lot of work to do. Let's be honest. Man can't put away games. Yeah, you can't put away games to be fair. And you can't always rely on individual qualities. You can't rely on XTK Verts, these attacking players to take us out of jail with a moment of brilliance. They can't happen all the time. You've got to learn to build up a level of play that opens up teams. That should be route one. And then all the other stuff becomes bonus. Round back. Jaquez to Van Dijk. Ping pong. Against two people there. Latte with the turbo cross. Gakpo. Low shot towards the near post. Saved by Dubravka. Others says a draw will feel like an L, Ozzie, not gonna lie. As always, for me, a draw always feels like a draw. Not acceptable. Yes, maybe my expectations are high, but that's because we support Liverpool Football Club. We're a team that has had a lot of success over the years. So the benchmark is higher than what most teams will probably assume is a good result or not. So if you think that's me being, entitled, then so be it. But I don't think that's entitlement. If you look at our recent history, where we've been successful, we have challenged for league titles, we have won league titles, we've won Champions League, we've won FA Cup, Carabao Cup, we've won a lot of silverware over the years. So we deserve to feel like our expectations are not being met. I.e., we're not challenging, we're not playing a certain way. We have every right to feel like that as Liverpool fans. Van Dijk with the header. Ekitike! There we go. Ah, offside. FSG needs to act. They do. They do need to act. Now, if Alonso doesn't want to take any time off and he wants to get back into action, then let's make it happen. Let's make it happen indeed. Offside, yes. It's offside, unfortunately. I'm not in complete agreement with that. I might have to see that replay again. It looked like the player kicked the ball onto his hand. And a very small distance there. So, look, can't believe it. Rio Ngoma was actually going to get some game time. For Gakpo, so direct substitution there. Kirkes for Robertson, direct substitution there. McAllister for Groundberg, direct substitution there as well. But why did you make it so late? Why couldn't this happen about 5-10 minutes ago? Give these players more of a run out. It's on the ball. Robbo to Sabozlai. Nice pass to Frimpong. For whipping that cross. Good play there. Jones shoots. No! First touch. This is coming onto the pitch. Smashes it over the bar there for me. Should have hit the target at least there. Oh, high and wide there. Not even on target. Then you go over the bar. Should have hit the target there. That was a minimal in that moment. Oh. Other says McAllister, man, finished that. Ozan also said Gakpo and McAllister should have scored. Ozzy. I agree. I think McAllister more so than not because McAllister had the whole goal to aim at. So those are shots that we've seen McAllister score over the years. So I think she was a much better there. For a player of his quality, I expected a lot more. Robertson, lovely pass to Rio. Up against Kyle Walker. Tries to cross into the box. Unable to find anyone, unfortunately. Ping Nice. Low cross. Jones. Oh, hits it across goal. But maybe too much power there for Ekitike. Look at the turn from Frimpong. Ah, Okay, I send that ball all the way back to Buenos Aires. Yes, I think he has. FFS, yeah. Close moment there for Liverpool. Jones. Robertson the cross. Clearance there from Perez. Come on, Liverpool. So what's that set to take the corner kick right now? Headed away. McAllister to ping pong. To Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai with the cross. Not his, doesn't hit clean, unfortunately. Real's in a good position on the right side. Find him. Go on, ping pong. So like the shot hits it onto the head of Foster. McAllister. He shoots. Straight at the keeper. No real venom in that shot. Real up against Kyle Walker. Decent cross towards Van Dijk. Substitution made by Burnley. Lukaku being replaced by Laurent. Real to Vets. Alistair. Can't find him in the box. Back to Rio. Rio cuts in. Oh, he's fouled. Is that a pen? Nothing I'll be given. Lovely skip there from Szoboszlai. Oh, just really want to skip past the player there. Maybe he could have crossed it to Ikitike before he goes and takes that final step. No, I don't think that was a foul on Rio, to be fair. Yeah. Graham, we got Graham. He says, watching Liverpool is like pulling teeth. It's a tough one, isn't it? It is a tough one. Gaze is coming on for Curtis Jones. Okay. What on earth happened to Gaze's eye? Am I missing something? Did he get punched up or something? I remember in the last match he got hit in the nose and he was bleeding, but bloody what did he have a little spat with Onslaught? What's going on? I was gonna say Slot and Kid had a bust up at the Axels. Yeah, I'm on. I feel like that might have occurred to me, fair. I know I've been, MIA in terms of content, but I haven't seen anything to suggest that something happened with Kaiser. Like, why has he got a black eye? Bloody hell. You might be onto something, Ozan. You might be onto something there. Where in the comments says bringing him with 2 minutes left. At this stage, Graham, I'm not surprised. I'm not in agreement with it. I'm just not surprised anymore. I don't feel like this coach respects Chiesa enough to give him more minutes. I always feel like it's such a shame, such a pity the way he's being treated because he's much better than that. He's not, one of those players you have in your squad that's, a bit of a troublesome character or anything like that. He's a model professional, but gets disrespected like he's a bad smell or something along those lines. So no, I'm not happy with the treatment, and I'm not surprised, unfortunately, that he gets a few minutes here and there. He gets scraps, whereas some of them are being treated with the utmost respect, treated almost like royalty. If I'm being honest with you, yeah, that's how it is, unfortunately. For 1 second, I thought that player was Lavia. I'm thinking, what is Lavia doing at Burnley? Valentino Luis and Marcus Edwards leaving the pitch. Then you've got Joanna, and then you've got Hannibal, the former United player, making up the numbers for Burnley. I stop injuring my right back, for God's sake. We ain't blessed in that position. Gotta keep Frimpong as injury free as possible. What's going on? We got a yellow card. 7 minutes. Where on earth did that come from? Shout out to Cinema Pongo. I just noticed him on the bench there, pitch side, probably doing some commentary or punditry for French channel possibly, or one of the European channels. Player I really liked, to be fair, in a Liverpool shirt. didn't, of course, live up to the hype. He was very much hyped before he joined the Reds. But yeah, decent player. I was gonna say Florence Cinema Ponga Rafa being super sub. Yeah, he was coming off the bench for the Olympiacos one. That was probably his one of his best or better performances in a Liverpool shirt. So yeah, he played his part in that campaign. Definitely played his part. Ozzie, who do you think has been Liverpool's best ever super sub? Or rest in peace, maybe Diogo Jota, because I feel like with Diogo Jota, he always changed the game coming off the bench. Whether he played on the left or through centrally or as the number 10, he made things happen. And I always felt real confidence when he came onto the pitch. If it was 1-1 like he's right now and Jota came on, I'm thinking Jota's gonna get the goal. Like that's the kind of confidence I had in the player and in terms of his impact off the bench. Never complained about being a sub, never complained, not getting enough minutes. He always put in a shift. So for me, maybe Dio Jota, if I'm being honest with you. That would be my sort of first thought that would come to my mind in terms of super subs. Divok's a great shout. I just feel like Divock hasn't done that or didn't do that in large amounts. But of course, he produced very good clutch moments that will, be embedded in our history forever. So no, not knocking his impact. I feel like Jota was more consistent or more often. We'll see impact off the bench. So for me, it'll be Diogo. And yeah, you said Diogo as well. Yeah. So for me, that would be my pick there. Mm. But in that season in particular, where we won the Champions League, Neil Mellor was probably our super sub that season. Coming off the bench, scoring against Arsenal. I remember in the Carabao Cup. Well, it wasn't called Carabao Cup. It was probably called Carling Cup or something like that. So yeah, he was probably the super sub for us that season, alongside Cinema Pongo. Vernon Rio. Robbo. Clearance. Terrible clearance. Robertson. Hit it, need to hit it over the defense there, not flat like that. I was gonna say, man, we really miss Diogo Jota, both sporting and personally. I agree. I think we do miss him. Not just from a sporting, from personal as well, because you never want to hear someone pass away at his age where he just got married as well. He's got 3 kids, so yeah, it's a lot. Rio finds XTK. Yes. Oh, I thought that was a moment there. Nah, K's the foul there. K's like, what? Shoot, I'm gonna get another black tie now. That's what he's thinking in his head. Man probably could have rescued so many games for us this season. I agree. I think also if I don't really like speaking in this kind of scenario, but if Jojo was still with us right now, Probably would have signed one of Ekitike or Isak. Probably Ekitike would have been the player we would have gone for because if you look at the way the season panned out, we bought him first. Um, and I think that would have been a great balance where you've got one young and up and coming striker and then another one who's experienced. And I feel like he would have learned so much from Diogo Jota as well. Whether they played together or they played, one plays and one doesn't. But I feel like because of Diogo Jota's personality and the way he carries himself, I feel like he would have been such a great mentor for him as well. So yeah, just a shame. Just a shame how things have unfolded, unfortunately. Rio with the cross. McAllister? Bloody hell. What the hell is that, McAllister? I was just like, bro, sell McAllister, man. This dude is string all season. You're on my wavelength now, Ozan. I've been saying this for a couple of months now. It's an unpopular opinion because I don't think everyone agrees with it, but I would sell him this summer. I just don't think we need that type of player anymore. Or I feel like not just that. I feel like he's digressed, and I don't feel like we should hold on to him just for the sake of what he's produced over the years. It's now or never, and I don't think right now he's the player for us. And that is a draw, and you can hear the boos, loud boos across Anfield there. Oh, let's go through some of the comments. This draw is on start 100. I'm fuming. Threw away a lead yet again. It happens so frequently. I'm frustrated. I don't know why the referee's getting blamed here. What's the referee done here? Bo says, "Are you happy with this?" No. I'm sure you can tell by the expression on my face. I'm not silent because I have no words, or I don't have nothing to say. I'm just a bit lost for words because it's the same old nonsense we see week in, week out. 12 unbeaten, slot in. Well, you changed your tune, Bo. But unfortunately, that is going to be the angle from a lot of fans. And I'm sorry, I'm not accepting 12 unbeaten. Count how many draws in that 12 game period. It's more draws than wins from a large ratio. So for me, that's not acceptable. I can't accept that. And all of those draws were games where we took the lead and we pretty much just lost it based on focus, on tactics, however you want to label it. It doesn't really matter. The outcome was that we were on top, we were on the lead, and then we fell apart and we conceded points yet again. And that's not good enough for a team that are current champions. That is not a team that is trying to finish in the top four. That is a good level performance for a team like a Wolves that are trying to gather as many points as possible. That's where you applaud them for gaining points there. For Liverpool, this is unacceptable. This is not what we expect from our team. And it's so frustrating to watch. And look, I don't want this to come across as personal towards the coach, but he needs to go. It's just unacceptable now. Nothing is going to change. We are completely rock bottom in terms of this coach's capabilities, i.e., his tactics, his way of operating, his man management style, his the way he carries himself, the way he manages his players, the way he sets the team up, all of that jazz. He's not good enough, and it's not going to change. You get some coaches where if it doesn't work, they change the formation, they switch it up, This coach doesn't do it at all. He never has, and I don't think he ever will. He seems to be very stubborn in his ways. I don't want that in my coach. So for me, FSG needs to do the right thing. And I'm not just saying sign or appoint a new coach so we can buy players. I'm not. That's not my notion there. To be honest with you, for me, it's signing or appointing the right coach because there's only one name out there right now that's available, and that's Xabi Alonso. Get him on board and get this team together again. Get that X factor back into this team because there is a lot of good players in this team. And I don't really care what anyone has to say because a lot of fans will say these players aren't good. They are good, but they're not performing to their levels. They're not given the freedom or the platform to showcase their true capabilities. And because of that, they're a shadow of themselves right now. So for me, I think FSG needs to do the right thing and get the man who, in my eyes, was our first choice 2 years ago. Get him back on board. I don't know. If you're a Liverpool fan and you're satisfied by this, I'm sorry, you've got to get with the times because this is not the expectations that my club has presented for us over the years. This is not it. I'm not happy about scraping 1-1 draws against Burnley and Leeds United. That's not what it's about. So we've got to do better. We have to do a lot better. This is, for me, unacceptable. And the man that I'm sure a lot of us wanted 2 years ago is available. Just bring him on board. Bring him home. Because this guy, he's not improving. He's definitely feeling the pressure more so than not. And he's out of his depth. So do everyone a favor. Dismisses from his duties and appoint the right man to take this club forward. And for me, that's Xabi Alonso. So we'll talk about that. I'm sure that's going to be a topic of conversation for days and God knows whenever, you know, FSG get that together. So I'm sure we'll have that discussion in due course. I'm just going to read the comments and then we'll close the show for today. Ozzie says, Saboda should bury that pen dog. Z can't deny that. Yes, I do agree. And, you know, in hindsight, you're thinking that should have been a goal as well. But I feel like because that was the first real moment of the game that we didn't capitalize on, you know, we can't use it as that should have been a goal. I do agree with your sentiment. I think that is correct. It's not wrong. It's just that we scored the goal after that penalty. So once you score that goal, Szoboszlai, as you probably noticed, improved his performance because that that annoyance of not scoring that goal, that weight off his shoulder was gone. But we just didn't step it up in the second half. Like this coach, I don't know what it is. When we're 1-0 up or 2-0 up, in particular 2-0 up, he's just so chilled and it's just very cautious play. And for me, that's a coach. And doesn't matter what your opinion is on Arnold Slot, but you can't disagree with me when I say this. He's not coaching the way he normally coaches. This is not Arsenal of last season. Arsenal of last season would be a bit more braver, a bit more imaginative with his substitutions, and he'll switch the teams around based on the current phase of the match. He doesn't do any of that anymore because he's under pressure. He's playing or managing a team right now where he knows his days are numbered. So if someone's underperforming, especially in the football game, gotta do the right thing. And for months, I've been saying, look, I understand FSG's stance in terms of not sacking him, not because I think he's good enough. Maybe they believe that there isn't a worthy candidate out there. But now there is. Xabi Alonso's available. So Liverpool just needs to do the right thing now, honestly. Because we're not going to improve. We're not going to get better. Let me have a look at the league table right now. We're fifth. United are above us. Yes, we have one less games played. But we're on level points with United. Yeah, it's just crazy to even say out loud. I don't know. I'm just annoyed with this coach, but just because I'm annoyed, you're not gonna see me go 0 to 100 every time I do a live show. Just because that's not how I am personality wise. But secondly, I know what we're doing, what's happening right now. I don't see this coach being dismissed anytime soon, but it needs to happen. It really does. Yeah, so annoyed with this result. F slot man, I'm tired. Cannot put away games. This was Slot's last game. I'm confident in that. Bo, I really hope you're right. I really do. I think it should be, but I don't know. I just don't get that confidence from FSC that that will happen. But I really hope you're right. Man doesn't know when the time is to sub. But he never puts on subs. And when he does, for me, it's too late because he gives them 10 minutes and it just feels like he's doing a checklist activity where you put them on because you can say, oh, I put on 3 subs, 4 subs, but you didn't really give them any chance to impact the game. And why does he not react when we've got 1-0 lead? Why don't you bring more players on, more attacking players? The best form of defending is attack for the big teams, but we don't do that. We play like a low level team in terms of our brand of football, in terms of our approach. It's low level. This is not a team that's challenging for a European spot. This is a team that looks like it just wants to survive in the Premier League. It's the wrong profile. We're not that club. We're not that club at all. Man doesn't know how to navigate games. Man reaction later. 8 hour show. Definitely won't be doing 8 hours. I don't think my voice can hold up. In terms of match reaction, I can't promise. Just because I've been quite unwell in the last few weeks, and even right now, I'm not feeling my best, to be fair. But what I'll do, I will let you guys know later today. I'm sure you guys saw my community post to say that I wasn't doing a show. I wasn't planning on doing a show today, but because I'm watching the game, I might as well just go on camera and do a live stream. In terms of match reaction, I don't think I'll do it tonight. Personally, I think most likely tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Monday most definitely. And then we won't just do a match reaction. We'll have a larger show where we can speak about different topics and talk about the manager in more detail. But of course, if Arsenal is dismissed, then I have to get out of my bed and do a show. So best thing to do, as I always tell you guys, hit that notification bell so you know exactly what time or when I'll be doing the next live stream. Because right now I just don't want to make false promises and not deliver. So you'll have to bear with me. Hopefully, I'll be back to normal in the next 2 3 days, and then I'll be able to do more consistent content, like I have done this season. But for now, I can't promise. So I don't know if I'll be able to do one tonight. If I feel sharp, then I'll do it. If not, I'll probably just rest it out and then maybe do a show tomorrow or Monday evening. So yeah, I do apologize, but yeah, do bear with me as I recover from this flu or virus that unfortunately has been circulating quite a bit in London. So it's just one of those things that you have to deal with. If fans can see it, he's on the sidelines, but cannot see it. I don't know why they can't see it. To be fair, fans, you stop talking about signing FFS. No signing changes the coach. Um, I'll be honest with you, Bo. I do think we need signings, but at the same time, I don't think we will make signings because I don't think the board have complete faith in this coach. So therefore, why make big investments when you aren't 100% sure on the first team coach, if that makes sense? So I don't completely agree with your comment there. I think we do need signings, but to put it in a different perspective, maybe signings under this current coach isn't the way forward. So therefore, maybe not making signings. But in terms of the squad, I think we need another defender just to give us that strength and depth. We've got quite a few injuries in our squad. Conor Bradley's out for the season. Leone's out for the season. Joe Gomez is in and out. So, we don't have a lot of depth in that squad. Um, so that's more so to, provide options for us in terms of team selection. But, with this coach, I don't really have too much faith if he was to make signings as well. So it's just one of those things. It's like it's a catch-22. You don't really know what to say because there's a side for both parts or both stories, I guess. But no, it's just one of those things where I feel like once we appoint the man who I believe should be the manager in the Jabi Alonso, then we can kind of think about the future in more detail. But right now, yeah, it's dire times, man. Honestly, no, but we need 11 players this window. Get these fans the F out. Those um, man doesn't know how to put teams to sword. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. It's true. We just don't know how to manage like leads when we have them. And I said this a couple weeks ago. When we have a 2-0 scoreline, we're like it's uncomfortable for us. We don't know how to manage 2-0s. And we're not used to being the team that takes the lead. That's relegation form right there. That's a team that, when you see teams like Wolves or Newton Promoted with teams and they don't know how to handle 2-0 advantage and they end up drawing or losing the games because they're not in that position to take it forward. But I don't know. We play such poor brand of football. It's so low level. It's disgusting to see. And if it wasn't playing for like Verts, Ekitike, Sabozlai, who produced so many moments of brilliance this season, I don't know where we'd be as a team, honestly. Dara, Big up Dara says, I respect your opinion. I'm inclined to agree with you. Big up Dara. I hope you're well. Ozzy says, thanks for the stream, Ozzy. Get well soon, man. Yeah, appreciate your kind words. Hopefully I'll be back. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. It's just that I have my moments and I think right now bit low energy, so I'm not able to do long shows and stuff like that. But I'll be there. I'll be back for Monday. I feel like once I have a good evening or rest, I might have an early night. I was planning on watching UFC today. I might have to sleep it off now in order for me to watch that. But let's see. Let's see how I feel. Gail Simmons starts made you sing. You know what, Bo? You might have a point. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Even during this watch along, there was moments where I was feeling really tired, and at half time I had to have a bit of a lie down because I don't know if it's because I'm unwell or if it's just the same old rubbish that I'm getting bored of watching my team. That's as simple as I can put it. To be fair, you'll be back to in a few days. Unfortunately, won't be. I know, duh. You are right. Unfortunately. 3 draws against promoted teams and for the season. Yeah, that's diabolical. That really is. But that is it for today in terms of the live watch along show, guys. Appreciate you getting involved. Appreciate engagement. Sorry, just another comment from Dan. This team's playing like they all have the flu. They've been playing like that all season. Honestly, they've all been playing like they're on 20% battery. Like they just don't have the energy levels to do it for the full 90. And that's the concern for me. So yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Double D, big up Double D as always. He says, might have to wait to Tuesday and do the post match for Burnley and a preview for Marseille all in one. Could do that to be fair. Um, I'll see what I can do to be fair. Um, I was planning on doing some more. I was planning on doing a show which I mentioned a few weeks ago, a few days ago, sorry, uh, to talk about Alonso in a bit more detail, to how he would set this team up. So I'll do that show at some point as well. Um, I think my plan is to do the match reaction tomorrow. If I can't do the match reaction tomorrow, I will do it on Monday. And I think Tuesday, I will do the preview. And then Wednesday is when we play Marseille. So I'll have one show on Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday. So we should be back to normal. But yeah, if I'm not able to recover for Monday for whatever reason, then I might have to do uh, 2 shows in one, where I speak about Burnley and then also speak about Marseille as well. So let's see how I feel in the coming days. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Thank you, Ozan. Shout out to Ozan as well for sending the super chat. Um, he's always sending me super chats, man, Florian Vertical. So I do appreciate that, being his agent, every contribution helps for me in that regard. So yeah, I do appreciate your support there. And also shout out to 420 Bruv Bigo. Shout out to Bowl, of course. Shout out to Dara. Shout out to Graham. Appreciate you getting involved. And shout out to Double D as well, as always. So yeah, hopefully, guys, I'll be back soon. I can't promise today. I feel very unlikely I'll come back today. Tomorrow, bit of a better chance. But if not, guys, I will be back on Monday. That's the date in my mind that I've pinpointed to say that is my return. So I'll be back on Monday. We'll do a post-match reaction show. But if there's any news that have unfolded or any rumors regarding transfers or managerial appointments, we'll discuss it in more detail on Monday at least. So, guys, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to speak with you all very, very soon. Goodbye.